Well, welcome back. How's everybody doing? Welcome to a new episode of Pole Barn Garage. We need to strip these heads down to get them ready to go to the machine shop. Again, every nickel you save, it's one less you gotta spend. Let's dig right in. So far, what I've done, I hit the tops of all the retainers with the whiz wheel to try to get the gunk out of them. And I started to play with the valve spring compressor and the valves stick for some reason. We're gonna spray them down with this Freol. I'm glad I didn't clean the shop yet because we're gonna make even more of a mess. So hopefully some of it will get down on the valve. Just need to be able to push the valve down and pop the retainers off. We'll pull the guide plates off. Penny saved is a penny burned and all that. This Freol stuff is good stuff. Now, I've never tried this in such an extreme case, but you can see here that the valve stem is not really doing what it should do. So we're just going to play the xylophone. Ba-doing, ba-doing. Ah, pff, right in the eyes. So this is all I've got for a torch. These locks, they don't want to come out. Not that I can really blame them. I'm trying to heat up the retainer on there and be able to pop those locks out. Well, I asked Buzz over at Roadkill Customs if he knew of any tricks here, and so he told me about the old, 50-50 acetone and transmission fluid mixture. I've actually never tried. I didn't have any acetone on hand, but I did have lacquer thinner. We're going to try that. Well, I say we just let these soak, fiddle around with something else for the rest of the night, and let them soak until tomorrow. We'll see what we've accomplished or not accomplished. In the meantime, thankfully there's never any shortage of stuff to do here. What we'll do now is toss in something that I actually forgot that I got and need to put in the car. From Holley, a partner of the channel, they sent me this ACCEL SuperCoil. I don't know if it needs it or not, but I can tell you I don't even know what that one looks like. So let's go ahead and toss that in. Just for grins, and maybe you guys haven't seen it. Maybe younger guys, it might be good to know how to change coil in an HEI distributor. And this applies to all General Motors vehicles from like 75 to forever. So step one is to disconnect the old one. It's real easy on these. You literally just unplug the stuff and put it back where it came from. And then it's just a few 1/4-inch screws. I can see that I've written good on that old one, so that probably means it's bad. Let's pull the whole shebang out. So here's the old coil. It's a little crusty and loose in there, but obviously it worked, so we'll keep it around. It's still a good spare. The new one is this big old unit here. That factory one probably puts out 40,000 volts. This says kilovolt, which would mean 100,000 volts. It's going to come with a grounding strap. This is the old one that was in here, and it had some kind of film on one side of it. I'm surprised it even worked. It just popped down right in there. Just give them a little safety squeeze with the screwdriver. But it should sit under the bolt hole there so that the coil is grounded. Let's take your new bushing here. They come with a little dielectric slop here to slather it in. Wear gloves when you're putting it on. I'll just use my finger to smear it around on there. Put your terminals in. They only go in one way. You just snug that up. Don't go too awful hog wild on it. If we do anything else, let's just confirm that it actually still runs. It's been a few weeks since I started that. Fired right up, and I'll be damned if I don't think it sounds a little more responsive. There might be something to the SuperCoil. That's cool to know. I've never installed that kind before. I've had like the big yellow one that goes on the firewall for points and stuff, but never that kind. Well, if nothing else, That's worth like 10 points of style. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Thanks to Holley for that. Again, quick, easy thing anybody can do. And, you know, you pick up a little cleaner spark out of it, and, you know, it's worth the trouble. Anyway, I'm going to go back to soaking those cylinder heads and pray that they come apart tomorrow. Well, we're still waiting on the keepers to soak in those heads. So we're going to go ahead and clean the original transmission up, inspect for obvious damage. We'll probably haul this off to try to get it rebuilt. Going to give her a pre-soak with some dish soap. Can't take it to the transmission rebuilder looking like that. They probably wouldn't even touch it. Yep, just the way Greta wants it. How dare you! Oh no, the car got dirty. But check that out. And that is why you never trust a transmission that you buy used. Because I could definitely sell that to somebody and say, yeah, it worked great when I pulled it. At least this is less embarrassing to bring to a transmission shop. Like she's a PY code. I don't know what that means or care. So, yep. Anyway, that should be good. We didn't see any cracks or bullet holes or any of that stuff, so that's a totally usable core. 24 hours later, and a whole lot of reapplications, and we're finally getting somewhere. I've managed to get out a whole cylinder's worth. I've been having to do is get my compressor on here, right? Get her up like that, something like that, and then tap on the valve face till it finally break free, and then they're still stuck to the valve. But man, I tell you what, this isn't a fun job ever. This is exceptional. Damn sure better me than a machine shop. Gotta pop out these little conical locks here. Just, oh god, that one's gonna go badoing boing. Woo! Called it. Drive them out with a punch. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get as many of them as I can. I'm not counting on all 16, but we're gonna get as many as we can muster. Finally, one down. That thing is as far as I'm going. Plenty good enough to send to the machine shop. Now, hopefully this one goes about as easy. That one gave me a little trouble, but surprisingly not that bad. I'm better than halfway through this, and I've made a discovery. Obviously I'm using a very crappy valve spring compressor, right? And it sucks when you're by yourself. But if you just take your knee, stick it under like that, and then take a socket, give that retainer a couple of whacks, try to free it off. There it goes. Then it pops up for you. Then just take your knee again, hold the head down, then with your free hand grab your screwdriver, and then boom, we got ourselves a system down. You see here, here's a lesson in that for you guys, is don't worry about always having the right stuff. You know, I mean, you can go buy this compressor right off the shelf for like $10 anywhere. You know why? Because it sucks. But you know what? I don't have another one. The only other one I have is this, and it doesn't work on these heads. Moral here is work with what you got, you know? You don't need to have the greatest and the best and the latest and the fanciest. And you saw a guy use it on TV, you know, and freaking $500 spring compressor or something made it look like gravy, and it probably was. But you can tune in here and you can see me work with crap that hopefully you don't have to, but you know that it can be done, and it can be done relatively efficiently. Just find your groove, work with it, find different ways around it, and you'll figure it out. Where did that thing go? Use your mind in different ways, and you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish with things you otherwise might look at and go, oh boy. Make it work for you. And those are stripped and ready to head off somewhere. Hopefully Butler Performance, but we will see. That's going to do it for this one, guys. A little shorter deal here. We got big things coming down the pike. A little busy with, you know, everything, but rest assured, lots to come. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell thing, and hit the thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.